Welcome back to the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty, where today we are finishing up non-conference play in Season 8. We're taking on the Kentucky Wildcats and running back Joshua Bloom, who transferred away from Buffalo in the offseason. He returned home to Kentucky after not getting a chance to be a lead back with us, and he's looked really good so far with Kentucky. Now, with us 2 games into the year, 1-1, I've been seeing a lot of feedback on DeMarco Lacombo. It seems a lot of you are not really a fan of all the carries he gets. He does dominate the workload. Sometimes he has a great game, and sometimes he's more inefficient. And last episode, we got to see Keenan Cleveland get more of the carries later in the game, and he was ripping off a lot of 10 and 20-yard runs. And then Jimmy Sampson has not really been featured much as a running back, really, in this offense so far. I think the approach every game is to really hit defenses with all of our running backs and see what style is going to work best that day. Sometimes we're going to win that battle up front and we can just pound the running game up the middle with Lacombo. But in other cases, sometimes it's better to attack teams on the outside, where Cleveland specializes. Now, perhaps you've also noticed some struggles in the kicking game. Well, today, we are giving redshirt freshman Charlie Bowanko an opportunity. He's going to be our kicker today. We just need to try something different after another critical miss last week in overtime from Morgan Grassmanis. So welcome into the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty. It is the home opener and the non-conference finale against Kentucky. If you're enjoying this series, hit that subscribe button and let's jump into another matchup with Buffalo getting the football first, and we are underway. This stadium is packed and Jimmy Sampson brings it out to the 19-yard line. Sampson has really been third in that running back pecking order because he's not the fastest, he's not the strongest running back. He is very shifty and a great pass catcher though, so we do need to utilize him. But guess how we're starting today? It is DeMarco Lacombo, and there is a flag on the play. It's a hold on the Bulls. Sampson is in the game, all right. It's 2nd and 19, and underneath this is complete. Oscar McNabb has a 10-yard catch, and it sets up 3rd down. Sampson in the game once more. Trailer steps up, evades pressure, and then gets hit from behind. Had he just kept this, he probably had a better chance of getting the first instead of trying to throw it to Grimm. Would have actually been a great chance there for a shovel pass. But it's going to be Kentucky football now, and the quarterback is Jamie Muamba. Throwing it quick to the outside. Good tackle, Devin Hester. Muamba has 6 interceptions on the season. Fires downfield dangerously, but on target, it is a 20-yard connection. And the first carry of the day. Welcome back to Buffalo, Joshua Bloom. Gain of 1. Wildcats now on 3rd and 9. Short throw and tackled by Tyreek Carmona. And they're going to bring on the field goal team. It's a 49-yard try, and getting that through, it is a 3-0 lead. Kenyon Trailer out for drive number 2, and DeMarco Lacombo cuts it back and gains 2. Now we have Cleveland in the game with Kentucky sending pressure, and it's off the hands of Oscar McNabb, incomplete. Back-to-back quick drives here for the Buffalo offense, and the Wildcats will have it again. Nice job by Larry Pan, playing special teams along with the nickel responsibility. They run it now, and Bloom is wrapped up. There is Troy Hodell. On 3rd down, Muamba off the fake, feels pressure, dumps it, and that's shy of the marker. Well defended by Buffalo. Muamba threw 4 interceptions back in their loss to Boise State, so both of these teams have been beaten by the Broncos. Here is Jimmy Sampson now. He takes it to the sideline and brings it out to the 44. He's been really good on special teams this year. And now Cleveland's going to start this drive and shakes a defender, cuts this run outside, accelerates down the sideline, and he goes the distance. It's a 56-yard touchdown, and nobody made contact with the speedy Keenan Cleveland. I knew that adding him would change this offense dramatically. We have not had a home run hitter like this at running back. 7-3, Buffalo on top. And here's Muamba with a strike to the outside. It is brought in at the 32 now. It's first down, and Muamba nearly intercepted by Jamal Harper. They're going back to the air, and that pass is sailed. Yeah, hard to see why he has 6 interceptions on the season. Third down and 10. Muamba has time, but has to settle short, and Buffalo keeps everything in front of them. Good start to the game defensively. And it'll be another chance now. Jimmy Sampson from the 23, and he's already angling to the near side. Sampson to the 50, and down the sideline to the 29. Another short field given to the offense. Keenan Cleveland, has he caught his breath yet? He gains 8 on his second carry. Now Traylor will head to the air and dumps this out. Cleveland now at the 10 gets met. And we're seeing more Keenan Cleveland here in the first half. He carries this again through the middle and almost scores again. He's going to come off the field now. DeMarco Lacombo is in, gets the carry, finishes the drive with a touchdown. And here we see it again. A scoring possession put together by the combination of these 3 running backs doing what they do. That takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback. Buffalo had a good lead early on Boise State last week, but couldn't hold it. And now Joshua Bloom is going to get dropped in the backfield. It's Troy Hodell again. I think he's been the best defensive lineman so far this year. Muamba throws a nice ball to the outside, and they'll get the first down. That going to Ricky Kelly. And now with misdirection, they'll get this in the hands of Tavares Biggs. And it's a big gain. All the way to the 33 on the jet touch pass. And now feeding Bloom. And good job on the second effort. Surprised he got 8 on that carry. More motion. They flip it. This time it's not going to work. Anthony Titus on the tackle. And here's the field goal team again. Centered between the hashes. And coming around, the kick is blocked and recovered by Buffalo. Scooped by Carlos Harmon. And he will take it inside the 10 all the way for a Buffalo special teams touchdown. Larry Pan does it again. He had the interception last week. Today we've already seen a big tackle on special teams. Now he gets a piece of the kick, blocks it for Carlos Harmon. Larry Pan has been one of my favorite breakout players of Season 8, and it's 21-3. That's going to be a reverse now. Bloom flips it back, and Kentucky gets 5 to start this possession. Now they give it to Bloom, and he will get through the hole for a first down. Muamba play fake. They protect him well, and he's going to try to get a touchdown back here, but it's broken up on the deep ball by Devin Hester. They fake the jet motion. Here's Bloom shaking a defender, and he gains 9. I always thought Bloom had the ability to be a lead back. Now the pass goes out on third down. They do convert. Bloom returns to the game, and another receiver jet touch pass. First down, Kentucky. This seems to be a core part of their offense. Muamba at the 35, and Bloom gets wrapped up on the play. There's Edmond along with Hodell. Empty on 3rd and 13, pressured. Muamba throws it away. Didn't want to lose yards there. You really can't afford it. They're already facing a 55-yard field goal, and this time he just kicks it with no bend, and it's no good. Everything going the Bulls' way early, and here is Jimmy Sampson now getting a carry, but the Kentucky defense all over the edge. Facing 2nd and 10. Good protection and incomplete through the hands of Roger Grimm. So a tough 3rd down with Buffalo going back to the air. And that's a fumble. Kicked around and then recovered by the Bulls. Kentucky almost gets a big takeaway. But they will have good field position now at their own 46. Bloom run down by Dragocevic. Now 2nd down, and it's passed to the outside for about 4. Buffalo brings pressure here, and they will stop Kentucky short again. Just can't get things established offensively, so it's Bulls ball again. And Kenyon Traylor, he lets it fly, and open is Grimm! Inside the 10! How about a 73-yard touchdown? Literally coming out of nowhere. The vertical passing game has not really been an element of this offense for a while. And it's not Oscar McNabb going deep, but Roger Grimm with plenty of speed to beat the defense. Traylor puts the pass right on him, and it's 28-3. Jamie Muamba will attempt to channel his inner Tom Brady as he throws short for a couple. Wildcats just not off to a great start this season. That is broken up by Leon Edmond. Their only victory has come against the UGF Pandas, an FCS team. Good catch here by Joshua Bloom, and that's really where he's at his best. They need this 2-minute drill to go well, and that's complete. Biggs, their best receiver, he gains 8. Muamba pressured, and he retreats into a 10-yard sack. Antoine Gatto with the tackle. It's 3rd down and 12, soft secondary again, and they keep it in front of them, bending without breaking, and they're getting the ball back again. A minute to go here for Kenyon Traylor. He'll loft it perfectly, and did he drop it? No, that's a catch for Mike Dugans. Traylor showing some pretty good downfield passing skills here recently, and now Grimm makes the grab at the 44 of the Wildcats. Motioning Ben Van Roten here, and Traylor's going to extend the play. Throw it behind Grimm, who couldn't hold on. Met with 3rd down at the 44 of Kentucky, and again Grimm unable to hold on to it. Took a really big hit over the middle. So Buffalo will get nothing here before the half, but lead by 25. Great punt by Ross Fatinikun, and we should be headed to the half. It's a solid Joshua Bloom run, but we're going to go into the half with a very good 28-3 Buffalo lead. We didn't have the ball for long offensively, honestly. Just 4 carries for Keenan Cleveland. He's making every touch count. He has been the most efficient running back this year. And given this offense has changed so much with a higher efficiency focus and a lot of quick passes, to find ways to get big plays while maintaining that identity is pretty big. But then we also show we can go deep when we need to. And now let's go into the second half, up 25 points. Jamie Muamba across the middle and complete. Kentucky really needs a fast start to this second half. Getting it outside, that's a screen for a big gain too, inside the Buffalo 40. Now they'll motion out Joshua Bloom. And taking a chance here, the pass is intercepted. It's safety Anthony Titus, and the first of his career. Titus is playing deep safety. He has range, great ball skills, and we see that here. When teams take chances, I want players in the secondary that won't let them get away with it. Up 25, and following the 300-pound Joel Treggs is Kenyon Traylor. That's 9 yards. More Cleveland now, even in short yardage. Sometimes we'll leave him out there. Inside give, space for Sampson to pick up a gain of 8. Definitely a lighter workload for Lacombo, who re-enters the game now. And how about that lane? He can do a lot with this into Wildcat territory. He's carried 3 times. Let's make it 4. Breaking initial contact, and that's a 5-yard pickup. Cleveland in. Second down, throwing his way. Nice move as he gains 4 on the catch. That's Roger Grimm motioning out on third down as Keenan Cleveland converts in short yardage. They're trying to load the box and stop this run, and it's not working well. Cleveland again for the first. Is Cleveland becoming the team's new lead running back? Here's Traylor faking, and he'll roll left on second down. Off the mark with the pass for Dugans. He has only attempted 15 passes so far. And on third down, Traylor over the middle, cannot get it to McNabb. Coverage was good. And that's going to bring out Charlie Bowanko. It's his first field goal try, and he splits the uprights. The kick is good. And the crowd going wild here at UB Stadium. A perfect first field goal try for Bowanko. Will he become the team's new everyday kicker? We'll see. For now, it's a 31-3 lead, and Mwamba is intercepted. It's his 8th on the season. Jamal Harper takes it away. And the Bulls are running away with this game, continuing to dominate and put last week behind them. Kenyon Traylor from the 32. It is now flipped to Jimmy Sampson in space, tries to make a man miss, and it's a first down catch. Inverted pistol look, and this is going to be Traylor again on the keep, and no need to take on contact, gain of 7. More pistol here with Treggs in the game. And this is Traylor rolling out. He's chased, but gets it away to the end zone. It's a touchdown. Mike Dugans. Perfect footwork, great hands catch. And Kenyon Traylor tosses in another touchdown. He has looked really good 3 weeks in, and Buffalo extends their lead further. Not sure we're going to see the starters play a whole lot more. Joshua Bloom, very shifty as he changes directions 1,000 times and gets the first down. Bloom flips it back now, another reverse. They're actually kind of good at some of this misdirection play, but it hasn't been enough for them at all. 7 yards here on the reception. They have thrown it a lot today, but they've struggled on third downs. Mwamba again throws it short, and Bloom doesn't get it. And they'll leave the offense on. And they have now brought in the backups, it appears, and this pass is complete. That's Curtis Harris now in at quarterback. Harris throws over the middle. It's a gain of 9. So Joshua Bloom out of the game now. We might not see him play much more, as Curtis Harris tries to bring this offense down for their first touchdown, and that pass should have been caught. From the 27, swing pass goes out and headed inside the 10. It'll be goal to go Kentucky. And Buffalo still has their first string defense on, and they give up the touchdown. Marvin Zahersky scores for Kentucky. And we do have the second string unit in now for Buffalo, with Karifi Jeffrey handing off to Carlos Harms. We've seen Harms rack up a lot of production here late in games. As the pass from Jeffrey is incomplete. Dove couldn't hold on. Jeffrey gets it away now, and Armand Tolzien has the catch. Tolzien's looked pretty good when he's gotten chances. Now on the outside again, hooking up Jeffrey to Tolzien. At the Kentucky 42, here's Karifi Jeffrey throwing a strike at Ray Dove, holding on. If Jeffrey had to play, I'd be pretty confident in this offense still. I really think we have multiple starting quarterbacks on this team. Jeffrey runs and gets 10. And now we face 3rd and 10 from the 18. Jeffrey evades the pressure, sees space, and takes off to the end zone. Karifi Jeffrey puts a 40 spot on the scoreboard. Buffalo up 45-10. And we're just about done here with our 3rd game. Buffalo on their way to a 2-1 start. And that's a sack for Steven Makovica. Still would like to see more production out of this front 4. I've been underwhelmed by that so far. Great throw here by Harris. Looks to me like Kentucky might want to consider a change at the position. They'll dump it out on the screen now. Whoa, what a hit! And now Buffalo has the football. Kamani Ringo ends up with it. Orlando Rochelle, what a huge hit. That gives it back to Buffalo. And they have set up one final play now. This is going to be a field goal try for Charlie Bowanko. And he pushes the kick wide right and misses it. So we saw Bowanko get his first make earlier, but then misses the second try, and that is how the game ends. 45-10 is the final. Buffalo victorious. But we sure hope that games don't end up coming down to kicks again anytime soon. This was a great game, though, especially for Keenan Cleveland, who was more of the lead running back today. When your first carry goes for a 57-yard touchdown, that's going to be a pretty good start. Buffalo plays well in all facets today and really cleans things up from last week. And it was a more complete offensive showing. I felt like we barely had the ball today, but we were so efficient when we had possession. Joshua Bloom had 52 rushing yards in his return to Buffalo, and he played well with what he could really control, but the Kentucky offense was just out of sorts. Kenyon Traylor, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, still no picks on the year for the true freshman, while Keenan Cleveland does just miss out on a second straight 100-yard day. I do think our lead back could change week to week, again, just based on what style the defense is going to struggle with the most. But also, Cleveland is just such a home run hitter. It's hard to not want to give him the touches to see if one does get broken. And we have the start of our recruiting class now today with Sinilau Ta'amu committed to the University at Buffalo. He is a very strong defensive end who rushes with power and is a pretty good athlete. We are in first place for 5-star safety Jason Clemens, and we have a number of other players that the battles look pretty favorable for. We had, I think, 4 players visit for this Kentucky game, and things obviously went really well. We did lose some early battles, though, so I do feel like our class might not have the same kind of star power impact that last year's had. And I've had to go back to the prospect list to bring in a bunch of other options, losing at cornerback twice to Syracuse, and then defensive tackle has been a little bit trickier. But we're going to move past our bye week now into week 5. And we add Fetu Sammy at linebacker. That is a really big addition. And Jeff Wilkins as well. The news isn't all good, though, as again we lose on a 5-star player, as Ohio State leapfrogs us in this last week without a visit to get Jason Clemens. But in adding Fetu Sammy, we get an extremely athletic linebacker with great run-stopping skills and coverage. I feel like Fetu Sammy can help replace Leon Edmond, while Jeff Wilkins is a high-strength, mauling guard in the running game that will really help out guys like DeMarco Lacombo. Going back to the board now with more points to divvy up, we should land Jamison Corner, but he might end up being the only 5-star player that we actually get this year. I've gone back to find some new players, and Marquise Molinaro is going to be one of our new targets at wide receiver. Not a priority, but anytime we can find some extra gems here and add depth, we're going to take it. We also find safety Ryan Ainsworth. And this is going to lead us into the start of ACC play here in Season 8. We are back in the top 25 with a 2-1 record. And we're going to get started against the team that beat us last year in Stanford. Now, their schedule has been stacked early. They have 2 conference losses, but it's to number 1 Virginia Tech, number 2 Syracuse. Now they play us, and they're going to play number 8 Boston College. So we'll find out how good Stanford is, I guess, very early in the season. But Buffalo's first test will come on the road. And we want to get off to a strong start in this conference schedule, given how many top 10 teams there are. Kenyon Traylor so far has 4 touchdowns and no interceptions. And Keenan Cleveland has been our most effective running back. I think it's safe to assume he's going to continue to get double-digit carries, which he has gotten in all 3 games so far. Roger Grimm is actually our leading receiver with that big 73-yard touchdown today, but there just hasn't been a ton of passing volume overall. The pass rush production, again, is a little lacking, and it's surprising we're not getting through more often. I'll continue to rotate and see what we can do there. But looking ahead to next week, I do think we'll have Morgan Grass-Manis again out there kicking. It's a strange time to see the kicking regress while we're deep into a dynasty. And chances are, just given how many good teams we're going to face, there will be spots where big kicks need to be made. So that is going to do it for today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Leave your thoughts down below in the comments section. And I will see you all next time in the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty. ACC play returns. And I'll catch you all then. Take care.